Hello, Tucson. Understand it? And you can do. It is good to be back. It is good to be back in Arizona. It's good to be back in Tucson. And I appreciate y'all coming out the day before homecoming. As we landed, we saw Colorado's buses at the airport. And I know, Colorado's got a couple good players, but I also know you guys have beaten them twice in a row. So don't bet against the Wildcats tomorrow. I love you back. But I'm not here just to talk about football. I am here to ask you to vote for my friend and your outstanding Congressman, Raul. For your next member of Congress from the 6th District, Kirsten Engel. For your outstanding next United States Senator, Ruben Gael. And for the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris. Now, before I get going, you guys have to forgive me, because let's face it, I'm a little out of practice. So I got a little something in my throat, but that's okay, because what I have to say is going to make so much sense that even if I'm coughing a little bit, I think you're still going to catch what I'm saying. Because here in Arizona, voting has already started. You can vote early or return your mail ballot today. There's no reason to delay. What you waiting for? And of course, you can vote at your polling place on Election Day, November 5th. Si se puede, just remember to bring your voter ID. And I think as Ruben mentioned, si se puede. But as Ruben mentioned, you need to make a plan. And if you've got any confusion, any uncertainty about what your plan is to vote, then you go to iwillvote.com/AZ. And then once you've got a plan, then you gotta make sure your friends and family make a plan to vote too. Because together we've got a chance to choose a new generation of leadership in this country. To start building better and stronger and fairer and more hopeful America. Now, we know this election is going to be tight. And it's going to be tight because a lot of Americans are struggling right now. As a country, we've been through a lot over the last few years. We've had a historic pandemic that wreaked havoc on communities and businesses. Disruptions from the pandemic then caused prices to spike. That put a strain on family budgets. And in a lot of ways, it felt like the aspirations of working people have taken a back seat to the priorities of the rich and the powerful and the well-connected. So I understand why people are looking to shake things up. I get why sometimes folks are frustrated with politics. I'm sometimes frustrated with politics. So I get it. What I cannot understand is why anyone would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you. That I don't understand. Because, because there is absolutely no evidence that this man thinks about anybody but himself. I've said it before. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down that golden escalator 9 years ago. And when he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. He's got his gold sneakers. He's got the $100,000 watch. Says it's a Swiss watch, but nobody can actually figure out where in Switzerland was this thing made. He's got this is my favorite. He's got the Trump Bible. Wants you to buy the Word of God, Donald Trump edition. His name's going to be on there embossed, right next to Luke, Mark, Matthew. And by the way, I will give you one guess. You could not make this stuff up. Where these Bibles are made. So, Mr. Tough Guy on China, except when he can make a few bucks, huffing his Trump edition Bibles. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up. But he's doing it. And the reason he's doing it is because what he cares about is his ego and his money and his status. He's not thinking about you. Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than a means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him and his country club buddies. He doesn't care if he costs more women their reproductive freedoms because it won't make a difference in his life. Do not boo. Boo. They can't hear you when you boo. But when you boo, everybody can hear you. Boo. Most of all, Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them, between the quote real Americans, by which he means his supporters, and the outsiders who don't support. Because having people divided and angry and aggrieved and resentful, he figures that boosts his chances to get elected. Now, so those are his intentions. I do have to point out that along with his intentions, there is also a question of his competence. Have you seen him lately? I mean, he is out there, he's given 2.5 hour speeches, just word salads. You have no idea what he's talking about. He's talking about Hannibal Lecter. He's talking about this. He's talking about that. He held a town hall meeting where he just, let me explain, because I've done a lot of town hall meetings. The point of a town hall meeting is to take questions. He just decided, you know what, I'm going to stop taking questions. And then he's swaying to Ave Maria and YMCA for about half an hour. Folks are standing there not sure what's happening. Can you imagine if I did that? Can you imagine if Ruben did that right in the middle? Our playlist would probably be better. He called himself the father of IDF. I do not know what that means. You do not either. He said January 6th was a day of love. Do not vote. Vote.